Hey kids, good morning, good afternoon, good time zone to you wherever you are. Mark Miller here. Welcome to Code Rush. We're going to work on an issue that occurred to me, I think over the weekend, where we might get an answer that we need to disambiguate from a viewer on the cards. Let's go. Do I have the card maker up here? I do. Here it is right here. Hold on a second. I'm just going to upload these right here to in the test cantrip deck right here. I'm going to upload Cast Acid Splash. And I'm also upload Gift Acid Splash as well. So we're going to do both of those. Let's go over to well, we lost internet for a second, it looks like, and it looks like it's right back. I'm like, holy cow, I was getting ready to shut everything down. So we restart up here. Let's refresh this. Okay. What's going on? Why is this taking so long here? Twitch has been wonky today. I think it might have been me. It looks like everything shut down. I had Streamlabs wasn't loading. Catastrophic error. There we go. Still, Streamlabs is having trouble, it seems. Weird. I'm usually logged in here. That's weird. We should have, I was expecting to see that over here. Oh, you know what? Maybe it died during the upload. Let's see if we can try again here. Hit the upload button here. This time, nope. All right, let's figure out why that upload's not working. Let's double check. Test cantrip deck. I want to make sure it's got a good ID in here. It's got a set ID associated with it. You know what? I think the problem is this set ID doesn't exist anymore. Let me delete this a second and I'm going to restart. Close that down and restart it. And I think it'll work this time. Yeah, I think because I've been playing around with this and I deleted the deck on Streamlabs but did not, of course, delete the same deck down here. It tried to then make a change, and I think it's probably swallowing the error. That's my guess. So we need to fix that too. All right, so one more time. Let's try upload here now. Let's see, did that work? There we go. Okay. So now there's that one. I wanted to put these two up. Gift Acid Splash and Cast Acid Splash. The difference between the two is one has a field called recipient and the other one has a field called target. And a target is, if it's often a creature, which means it can be a player, like Fred over there, or it can be an NPC across the top. And NPCs across the top look something like this. So they have names as well. So it can be any of those folks. The problem is that let's go in here and test the card here. Really? Got an error on the card upload? Okay. Now, that's not good. Why am I getting that? I'm checking this image here. The fact that this image shows up on the code page indicates that the upload was successful. But clearly not. Something went wrong. All right, let's go figure it out. I wonder if it's related to that internet going down and the login issue there. Let's see what's going on here. Pudding's in. What happened? Is it because we lost the internet connection? I'm beginning to feel we had all kinds of problems. My internet went down for like a second, and I'm starting to get the feeling that we are getting problems all over the place. We got some disconnected stuff. I think I'm going to shut down. Give me a second here, Pudding. I'm going to shut this down. Brendan is. Brendan, how you doing, buddy? It's been a while since you've hung out with us, my friend. It's going okay. I started the show and lost internet like pretty much immediately within the first second, and then it came right back. But I think it kind of disconnected some pieces that were communicating. So I'm shutting down my bots and restarting them right now. But hang around, Brendan, because your fanfare is going to play when I get this thing back in again, and your fanfare is going to play on my new machine, which means it's not going to stutter. I don't think you've seen it. It's on the new machine here. All right, so one more time here. Let's start this up. Is this going to work? Do I have any problems here? I'm back from paternity leave. All right. Being a good dad. All right, things are starting up here. Step one, that all looks pretty good. Good. Let's next restart and refresh the bots. So let me go get the bots refreshed here. Disconnect and restart the drone game and start the music again for the drone game. And refresh that. What do we got? The front overlay's not refreshing all the way. Let's turn it off a second. Oh no, there we go. Finally, that took a while. Oh, and I promised no stuttering, but everything was happening, so a little stutter. It's good. There we go. It's not bad. And did Fred talk? I didn't see Fred talk there. Hold on. Over the front overlay. We're still trying to figure out the front overlay. Hold on a second. The front overlay is where the talking goes on. Let's turn it off and turn it back on one more time. I'm looking at the scroll bars to the right and below. There it is, I think. And let's try hitting refresh there. No! There's something wrong here. Going after it. Refreshing inside of OBS using this window right here. Yeah, the fact that these scroll bars are lasting so long is worrisome to me. It's been one of those days. Yeah, I didn't know it was that one of those days until now. Yeah, that takes way too long. And then when I come in here and I say, okay, let's refresh the data, like initialize only, that should clear this. It should connect with signal R. The fact that that's taken so long to refresh is really worrisome to me. And in retrospect, kind of necessary for the show. Let's see what's going out over here. If we bring up the front overlay. I think it's dragging front overlay. I'm not sure why it's not suggesting that to me. It is taking a while to load. Are we done? Yeah, we're done loading. Okay. Let's come back over here, hit refresh. So refresh from here isn't connecting over here. I think I may need to restart this. Try one more time. Start it up one more time. Something is definitely wrong. Oh, that's a good sign though. Hold on. We might be okay. The fact that we had the explosion come up, we're okay. It needed a restart. I don't know why. Should have worked without a restart, but anyway, that's it. Okay, now let's go in. Screech Rat was saying the following inside of the chat room. He said, Fred, have you ... There we go. Try it now, Screech Rat. That should work for you. We might get another fanfare for Screech Rat coming in here as well. So Brendan, I'm glad you're checking in on us. It's good to see you. And how's your paternity leave been? Genesco 7 says it's working, but we don't see a fanfare for Genesco 7. What has happened? We're running here. It's like we got disconnected from chat, it seems like a little bit. What is happening?
Genesco 7,
oh no!
Where are you? We need your help.
What? It just worked? Oh man. I do not know what's happening here. That took way too long. But what are you doing? All right. Yeah. Yep, glad to be here. Paternity leave was good. New small human is growing nicely. About all that's expected of them. Yeah. Good. Good. Yeah, our small humans are medium sized now, and our jobs are not to mess this up. That's what Karen and I say to each other all the time. We're like, we don't deserve these kids. Don't mess this up. That's kind of what we do a lot of around here. Okay, so that appears to be working. And let me just double check again. If I type in Mark, I'm not only reptile in here right now. I am not a reptile. That all seems to be working. Good. By the way, Brendan, you haven't been here in a while. If you want to make me say something or even think something, you can use quotes, or you can use an open paren like this. If you want to do a thought bubble, that open paren right there just changes things up a little bit. Mine are small still. I think don't mess up is the goal of many of us parents. Yeah, it's not looking good. If you understood everything I know, it's not looking good for the don't mess them up. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what the big goal is today. Well, I guess here we go. We've kind of been hunting squirrels here. We're going into see that Brendan and those emotes as Chatosaurus as it's my secret friend. Okay. Oh. There's something else I was going to say. Oh, you can put in, you can actually, the chat bubbles don't support emotes from the stream, but they do support the emojis. They're built into like Windows or whatever. So if you can bring up the emojis and put some in there, I think it's, what is it? Windows, is it Windows Space? No, it's not Windows Space. I don't remember what it is. remember the shortcut for that. Okay, so next, so rabbit hole 1, we I think just jumped out of. We went into it and now we're out of it. Back to rabbit hole 0, the first one. For some reason, our card maker, we were uploading the card and we didn't get an error. So I must be swallowing an error somewhere. That's shame on me. And also it didn't show up at Streamlabs. So come over here and bring up Streamlabs. We'll take a look at it. Oh shoot, Brendan! You gotta be a level 4 user. I think I may be able to help you out though, Brendan.
Level up.
Try it now. All right, what is going on? Come on, you know me. I do like that emoji. All right, well, this isn't going to work. I'm supposed to remember who I am. You know what? I think it's because I'm trying to open it in that one. Hold on, it's going to remember. And yeah, I won't be foolish enough to type in. Here we go. This is where I want to be. So it does upload the deck, but for some reason it doesn't seem to get the card in there. Here comes Pudding. Pudding! Pudding! Okay. Cards aren't there. Let's figure out why. Set a breakpoint inside of our D&D app, inside our card maker. It's going to be like, I think, in the Streamloots client, perhaps? Is that true? Yeah. So probably in here or in here, we're expected to see a breakpoint of some kind. Actually, these go both call down into this add cards down here. So really looking in here or here is the most interesting place to stop this to see what's going on. So again, I'm going to click upload. All right. Get cards in deck using the set ID. That's so that we can set the order. Right. We have to verify that the order is correct. What I really need to do is something like this. Hey, look, if this cards in deck dot count is greater than 0, then we're going to do this. See if I can get out of that. Come up here. Okay, so we're not going in there. We're going to serialize. We're going to put this out there. What's our error message? Description detailed is not allowed to be empty. All right, so that's my problem, but since I've been generating these cards manually, I really wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting to see an error, but these I just did, since I was generating the cards automatically, that wasn't a problem until now because we don't have that in there. So description detailed, I think in... Yeah, hold on. I want to change this up a little bit. I just realized I am cool with this, and if it's here, I want to do that. That's what I want to do. All right, that's Party 3, kids. Brought to you by Genescu 7. Party 3. Who knows when Party 4 is going to get here? We got to call self-validate. The problem down here was, so there's two problems. One is the data's not right. Two is there's no error message coming up. I really should work on the error message problem is what I should do. What do I get from here? What property is going to tell me what that is? Is success status code? Cool. So I'm going to say, if not, then I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do this first, so I have result inside of there. Then I'm going to set a breakpoint here, like that, so we can get out of it. Self-validate. So let's come back in here again one more time. Do this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're in. Good. And now we've got the error code, right, like this. Here, I kind of feel like I do not have an error class that I can put this to right now. So I kind of want to just stick the whole thing up is what I want to do. Do I have a message box in here? Can I get one? What's the difference between those two? I'm going to try this one. And we're going to say result. Like that. And then we're going to get out of here. We're going to return null. That's what I think we're going to do. All right, let's give it a shot. All right, here's my super informative piece right there. Good. And let's do an alternative to this where we give it a title, caption, error, updating cards. And I want to do something similar. We'll do that. Down here right here, add cards. When party said Fred have all the power. Party 4 when? I don't know when Party 4. I don't know. Got to get some time to do a Party 4. I don't know. And I'm not anticipating a lot of time. Okay, so there's my return null there. Now, next I want to come in here, breakpoint on self-validate here. The error message was description detailed is not allowed to be empty. Okay, so the problem is its additional instructions is empty. That's really kind of okay here, I think. Because I had some default there, I thought. Let's go look and see what we can find here. Self-validate. If it's null or white space, we set it to null. That's so interesting. I wonder if it's because it's on the update call. All right, let's try it again. Upload again. Yeah, so we're going to come in here and set it to null. If we're setting it to null, I'm anticipating no error, but it looks like it's saying, sorry, no, there's got to be. Oh, no, it's okay now. Somebody explain what just happened. That would be awesome. Okay, so now the card's here. Is that true? No cards. No cards, and our message was everything was okay in sending that card up there. All right, let's try this. Let's delete the collection. We might be having a problem over here. Okay, deleted that collection. Let's save this. Close it down. Let's go find our test cantrip deck. Here, let's remove set ID. Try running one more time. So we're in rabbit hole 0 now, the first rabbit hole we hit when we came in here. Fred, I trust heart of the cards. So do you trust your cards? Did that go, Genesis7? I didn't hear the bubble come up. Oh yeah, it's gone. Okay, cool. All right, test cantrip deck. Again, let's try it. Upload. Self-validate. Let's just check out what's our description detailed is empty. So description is equal to null. Okay. This looks good. Cards added is 0. Okay, hold on. There's one other problem that's going on is we're coming into update cards, but we should be going into add cards instead. Let's go figure that out. It's got a Streamloots card ID is my problem. I got to get rid of the Streamloots card ID from the data. All right, so let's do that. I think the deck ID is... No, it's not good. No, wait, hold on. Okay. Streamloots card ID. It's this guy right here. Cast Acid Splash. And Gift Acid Splash. Okay, both of those are now taken away. So we get a better luck this time. Right, kids? You heard the news that there's a Twitch Channel Points Hackathon. I've not heard the news about that. Trying to create fun things to do with Twitch channel points, I take it. Is that it? All right, let's try and upload now. So Cast Acid Splash. Now we're in add cards. Good. Better. Put a breakpoint there. Okay, now did that work? Got a second cantrip deck in here. I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm expecting that because of the way I shut down the other one without saving it. Let's see, is this the right one? There we go, got a hidden card. Cool. All right, let's publish that card. Good, Acid Splash made it up. Let's take Gift Acid Splash, upload it too, and we're exiting that rabbit hole apparently. Let's see if we can get a refresh up here. Refresh, for some reason, switches decks on me, so I have to come back in here, manually select the deck, re-get it. There it is right there. Cool. So now I've got my two cards, Gift Acid Splash and Acid Splash. And then when I come in to test it, it's asking us, who's going to get this scroll? So if I come in and say, Markin, which is a misspelling of my character's name, and I hit play the card, right now it goes out, but nobody gets it. It just kind of goes to the middle of the screen. Nobody gets it. And that's essentially the problem that I want to solve today. Oh, they got an API for it, Twitch channel points. Okay. That's cool. Brendan says he's been waiting for the API. And got hacks in place. What are your hacks, my friend? I find those interesting. Just noticing my, hold on one second, featured chat. Needs a refresh as well, it looks like. Okay. I'm not going to worry about that now. All right, so that's the problem I want to solve. If I specify the wrong name, I want something to keep going. I want something to catch that. And what I really want to build is something that's pretty sophisticated, something that looks like this, where I have data. If something like that happens, somebody specifies the wrong name, I don't want the card to go into outer space. And because I don't have a way to communicate with Streamloots that, oh, sorry, that card is not, needs to be kind of reset. I don't have a way to do that. I need to make sure every usage of a card is properly is achieved, is properly redeemed. By the way, if I do specify the correct name here, like this, and play the card, that card is going to play slightly differently. Instead of going to the middle of the screen, it should go right to me. What? Why didn't that go? Oh, because I'm not responding to recipients yet, because I changed that. Okay, so we need to make that working right here. Similarly, if I do this one I think may go to me incorrectly. No. All kinds of weird stuff is happening today. All right, we'll figure it all out. All right, so let's do this. Let's take Card Maker. Let's save everything in Card Maker. We've got those files, 2 files uploaded. We'll close that down. Let's change our startup application. So we're gonna do the Dungeon Master app as our startup project. Let's take the one that's currently running, this one, and shut it down. And let's figure out why the cards aren't going in the right place. We'll go get ourselves familiar with that code and get going on that. The hacks just use redemption, the redemption to trigger things. Sometimes requires very specific text from people. So code watches for the redemption in the chat. Got it. I see. And then they have an API now that we can tie into and use to make them more reliable and hopefully customized. I didn't realize the redemptions actually appeared as items in the chat. I've seen them in my chat window, but they have such a different format that I thought there were some other kind of notification. I need to read about the new stuff they built to see if an extension can access and use points. I'm assuming so, but I haven't read that part yet. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Okay, so we're going to run the D&D app. And I want to go out to... I think Streamloots Service is where I'm worried about right here. And the cards are redeemed. Process card redemption, show card redeemed, on card redeemed. That triggers this event. And that comes out to this event handler. And that's kind of where I want to get my breakpoint right there and start kind of working on it. And look at it. Okay, so we're up and running. And there are different notifications, but the chat message comes in with different metadata. That's cool. It's also how you can detect bits without reading messages. It's in the metadata when someone cheers. I did not know that. All right. Okay, so card redeemed is here. Let's go see if we can trigger this again. Cast Acid Splash. So what I used to, So this is all in response to a rename of a field that I had before. I used to use target to mean who's going to receive the card, and now, but then I got into conflicts for spells that I can cast and target a particular person, so I decided to change that name, and so that's what I suspect is causing the problem we've been seeing here. Yeah. All right, cool. Just checking out the chat there. All right, so let's see what we've got here. We've got a viewer in there for the username. Getting some data there. Card string, cards played. Character ID. Character ID, did I miss something here? Card DTO, character ID. I think before we got here, this thing was set. Here, target. This is problematic. I think I'm going to stop. And I think we need to change a couple things here. All right, I want to get at least a recipient here as well, like that. So I've got both a target and a recipient. I'm going to duplicate this and change it to recipient. Okay, and that'll get us that field if we need to get that. Now, target. Character ID. I want to change this. Also, I got something called card DTO, I think, down in TypeScript. Let's go see if that's true. Opening up the TypeScript solution. I do not. I've got a card command DTO down here. Okay. But I do have this character ID. That's the owner in the Streamloot's hand. Okay, so let's see where, I want to follow this thing around here and see where it is. We're getting it from the target, but I'm going to probably change that to recipient. This is the character ID. And this is where this is the owner right here. I want to rename this. I'm not trying to undo, I was trying to rename. Oh, because I'm already in the middle of a rename on character ID. That's probably why that's happening right there. And am I about to get in trouble? Because I just closed this and I'm noticing no response on Visual Studio. Oh, really? Okay. Let's do this. Mark an issue right here. Devs, roll back about 60 seconds. Yeah, crash of Visual Studio. Wow. Take a look at that. I was renaming one thing, hit undo, and by mistake, hit the undo key. Said, no, I don't want to undo, because it's going to undo everything. Tried to invoke a rename on another using the CodeRush menu to bring up the rename, because F2 wouldn't work on it, because I didn't realize I'd already been renaming something else. And it was, let's see if I can duplicate it right here. So let's see if I can do it. I'm going to hit F2 right now to get the rename going right there. And then now I'm going to try to rename this instead. Interesting. Hitting the insert key is not bringing up menu, probably because Control Dot. It's also not bringing up the menu. So that is, I guess, working correctly. Hold on, let's try to bring up Control Dot here. I'm trying to, my goal is to set up 2 renames. Nope, can't get the menu to come up. Let's try hitting undo. Nope, then it just goes away. Yeah, unfortunately I cannot reproduce it, but take a look at the log files. See if you can get any clues there in terms of what was causing that bug. So Visual Studio crash while attempting 2 renames. And look into also, when you see it, when you look at the video, devs, try to answer the question, how did I get the second rename menu item to come up, right? You're also seeing all the keys I'm pressing are coming up right over here. So see if you can figure that out. See if you can duplicate that. For anybody who's watching, wondering what's going on, we're dog fooding Code Rush live 5 days a week here on the stream. And so if there's ever any issue with Visual Studio or with Code Rush, I will often stop, report an issue, send it over to the devs. It gives them a link to the video, sends over all my log files. They've got access to the source code. So we hopefully get to a point where we can, find the issue wherever it is, make Code Rush and Visual Studio better products. So that's kind of what's going on. Okay. So let's see. Back over to where I was. Let's stay back on focus here. Get in focus, Mark. What do I have here? I was hunting it down. I was on... Where's my character ID? I feel like I kind of lost here. All right, so here's the character ID. And I'm assigning the target to it, but I really think this should be the owner is what I think it should be. I'm just having the next reference through these, and it's only in those 3 places. Cool. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to rename this right here. I'm going to rename this to owning character ID. And I'll create a target character ID as well. And this will come from the recipient right there. Now, I need to know if the card can be held, I think. And I guess I know that because I've got their keyword recipient. The only reason I would have that, this would come out back okay, a valid ID, is if the recipient was held, was specified as a field. Okay, so I think we're okay there. So there's my add the card right there. That'll add the card to it. All right, let's run that. That should fix problem 1 where a card given to me to for me to hold in my hand wasn't actually held in my hand. Let's try that. All right, I think I got to refresh the bots out here. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Initialize. Good. All right, now with this up and running, we should be able to redeem the card. This should go in my hand. It's not. Why not? Oh wait, no, this is cast acid splash. Gift, this is the one that should work. Hold on, let's change it to my name. My character's name. And this one should go to me. There we go. Now that's in my hand. And now with that being in my hand, I can do things like hide my cards, show them, select card, and then hit play. Hit the play button, and it'll play. Okay. Let's do that one more time. Okay. So that one is working there. The next one, I think I'm going to work on this right now because I wanted this to work. Here's when I cast this, target must succeed. I kind of want to indicate that this is going to me. And instead of delivering to the middle, I think I want it delivering right over me, I think is what I want it to do. So the card goes over my face. That's what I think I'm looking for. So let's figure that out. Here's where we get the card command. We serialize it from here, the card DTO. The card DTO used to have this thing called owning character ID or character ID. We'd renamed that to owning character ID. Let's go. I want to go jump down into here. We looked to see if that was there. We saw Streamloot's hand, but we didn't see the DTO that got us to the hand. The card hand DTO. This card hand DTO yeah, that corresponds to what we're sending down from here. Card hand. Who's that, kids? Who's calling us?
Hello.
Hey, it's Rory, kids. How you doing, my friend?
I'm not bad, my friend. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm just looking to see if I got... Oh, I do have a card hand DTO.
Yes.
It's a list of hands. Oh, but it descends from card DTO. Gotcha. Let's do the same thing over here. Let's do the same thing over in TypeScript. I'll bring you up to speed in just a second, my friend.
No problem.
I renamed character ID to owning character ID. And okay. I've also got a target character ID here. I've got both of these. These are kind of both new. That's in card DTO. In fact, all of this is in card DTO. Let's switch back over into TypeScript. Go up here. And it extends card command DTO. What's in card command DTO? Just command.
So this was an abstraction we did specifically so that some deserializing code could deserialize purely the command piece and then switch based on what it found inside the command property and potentially deserialize it to a more specific class that was more accurate for our needs.
Yeah, I'm going to come in here and rename this, I think is what I'm going to do. If I can get a rename going on this. No rename is available. Rename is not working for me here. I'm going to change. Let's do this. Card command DTO to card DTO. So at least the names are in sync. Okay, let's viewer queue DTO goes from card DTO. Let's see. Make sure I want to make sure I'm not making a mistake here. Update viewer role queue.
So that's the piece of code I was referring to. At the top, we deserialize into command DTO, card command DTO, and then we switch on the value of command, and then repeat the deserialization into other different things.
Viewer queue DTO descends. It's got command, but that's it in it. So here's what I think I want to do. What's my problem here? I thought, I called it card DTO right there.
Does card DTO on the C# side, is it as minimal as having only a command, or did it have another purpose?
Yeah, you know what? We got some disconnect here. We had code that worked, but it's kind of disconnecting from stuff. So I'm trying to fix that. Is what I'm trying to do.
Sure.
So I think what we need to do is we need like a base command kind of thing here that looks a little bit like this. It's going to say maybe card base command DTO like this, and then quickly over here we're going to create a new class called card base command DTO. We're going to throw that. We're going to throw that in it just to there. Guess I'm going to kill the app that's running. I'm hitting Shift 5, Shift 5, Shift 5, Shift F5. Do I have function lock on? There we go. So killing that. So now command is there. I kind of want this in my constructor.
Do you have a constructor in a DTO? Can you reliably have a constructor fire?
I can here.
On the C# side, I suppose.
C#, yeah. I can, and that's all I need right there. I think this is just because I'm just trying to save myself some code here.
Sure.
All right, so there's my command. Do I have another constructor? I don't think I do. All right, good. So just that one. Then, so let's move this type to its own file. He's in a good place. They're not.
Are we also happy with the idea that these DTOs are only ever sent from the server to the client and never the other direction?
Yeah, that's my understanding right now. I'm creating a new folder called cards, and we're going to throw these in there and anything else that we see that's related inside of that folder there. Viewer queue DTO. That goes in there too as well. No, I did not mean to release it up there. Oh
no, I hate doing that. It happens in Explorer to me all the time too.
There was
you're like, where did I drop that? Where?
Was, yeah.
How much?
Well, you can hit undo in Explorer.
That's true.
I think all of this can go up into cards. All right. So now let's see if we can get, I'm like at this point, like between that and everything else, I'm like, what? Am I going to be able to keep track of all of this? There's the command. I need the card DTO. Do I have it in Streamloots? Card end manager. Cards can actually go into Streamloots as a subfolder in here. I'm not seeing card DTO in here. Where are you, card DTO? In Streamloots. Oh, it's down low. Gotcha. Okay. So that means this has got to go down to Streamloots, the Streamloots project. So let's go drag it down. Streamloots, open up. Can you open Streamloots? I'm just going to let go of it. System cannot find the file specified. Never. Did I just lose it? What just happened?
I just saw one on your way past. Scroll a little higher in Solution Explorer. Stop there. Oh no, I think I mistook the clock DTO. My mistake.
No worries. Okay, so Streamloots, card-based command DTO, and card DTO. Should we add a new folder called cards in here? Let's take that, throw that up there. Card-based command DTO, throw that up there. Let's change the namespace. Good. Let's take card-based command DTO. Get rid of command. Have this thing extended. Okay. Back over here. Card-based command DTO. Card DTO is going to extend it like that. It's going to have other things inside of it.
That's the keyword extends mark, not the colon.
Yeah, I got enough to think about.
That's the
Rory's
first
saving me
time
from
that I've managed to get that right in a while.
No, it's a good job. Okay. So this gets us all of these. Then we go to a card hand DTO. And the card hand DTO adds hands, but that's all it does. This is going to extend the card base command. Not card DTO, card base command DTO, because it's only extending that command property right here. Card DTO we need to fill out with stuff, and card DTO I think takes these in it. If my memory is serving me, and you know it may not be, you know on the show that may not always happen. The show is barely held together with some
Force and ignorance.
you know
Yep.
what we're doing. That's the glue. Okay, so now let's go see, do we have card DTO having purchase card and character ID over in C# land? Purchase. Wait, card and purchase. It has both of those. Those two are there. Character ID is now becoming owning character ID. Cool. Cool. And then let's duplicate that and give us a target character ID as well. Okay. And now what else? So you're owning target card purchase.
All starting to match up. This is good.
Yeah, the card ID is not sent down below, but that's a GUID I'm using up above. And I'm using this in the manager so that we can just create a unique way to track the cards. As cards, I might have the same card played by the same user back to back, and I need to differentiate those as two distinct cards because they're showing up in maybe both my hands, or maybe in one of the person's hand and somebody else's hand, that sort of thing. So when I create a new card that's as a result of something being played, I give it a new ID, but I'm not passing it down because I don't need to pass it down yet. That's kind of what's going on there. That's why it's not down here. However, we could also do this because, it's not a big deal. Maybe I will want to use it sometime. So I think now, I haven't double checked this code, but with my single check, I remember verifying those 4 pieces are there. We just added the 5th piece, and that's it for card DTO. So card DTO goes from card-based command DTO. There's command. It's going to have their viewer queue entry. Extends viewer role DTO. Viewer role DTO. Hold on. This looks like I think it needs to also extend. There should be 2 extending this. Oh no, viewer queue DTO is what extends it. Okay. That's the second piece. There it is right there. Okay, good. All right, I think that's all working. Let's try a refresh here of the front game.
So there's just one thing I want to sort of double check the logic of. I thought I just saw that something which was not a DTO extended a DTO on the TypeScript. I think it was the viewer queue related, maybe?
They should all be DTOs.
Something entry, I think, was the...
And I just realized I didn't save that, so we want to save that. So card-based command DTO should have two descendants. Card DTO and viewer queue DTO.
Right. Oh, you're jumping about. Go back to all the DTOs a second.
Sure.
There is... Right, the top of this viewable screen. Viewer role queue entry extends viewer role DTO. Okay, that's possibly fine for now. The thing I was concerned about is that the idea of a DTO is that it is data transfer object. It literally only has data, should only have data, shouldn't have any methods associated. The main reason for this is because they can't operate constructors when they deserialize. Mm-hmm. So you get a set of text from across the wire. It will not run a constructor on that. They will not limit it in any way.
You want me to create an interface?
Well, I'm just saying, when you start drifting away from saying this is a DTO, you lose the knowledge that that is not expected to be a plausible direction.
The whole purpose of using extends is so that I can just simply get all that. I can throw all this in an interface, and then I won't have extends here. But I'm kind of debating it because it's like, well, I'd have another block of code about this big in it. But I could keep you happy. And it's theoretically kind of important, Rory.
Fine. It's fine as long as we don't find ourselves saying new DTO brackets bunch of parameters.
Yeah, well, what's happening here is this is created... where are we creating one of these?
That's why I asked that they were created on the server side and translated across then in just that one direction.
No, here they are right here. There's one created here. But because I'm creating it here... And because it doesn't have DTO, I mean, it kind of makes sense to me. It doesn't have DTO in it, and because I'm creating it, I can call methods on it. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
It is fine. You're saying, here is my class, which is definitely not a DTO, which should please be the same shape as that DTO over there.
Yeah.
But with a few extra bits. So it is actually fine. Okay. It's one of those semantic pieces that you can cause confusion later. We just got to be aware of it is all.
Well, we are aware of it. Thanks, Rory, for that. That's why Rory's here, kids.
He's awesome.
He's awesome. All right. Let's see what we're doing here. I want to get to the point where I can target me. So we can I can be the recipient of a spell or of a card. So we've seen that. So cast acid flashes here. This is the example. We can do this. Play the card. And that will go into my hand. So you see it shoot up from me like that. It's in my hand. I can hide it away. I can bring it back up, look at it, that sort of thing. Select it and hit play. Rory always saves me. Thank you, Rory. And then there's playing the card. That's good. The next thing we want to work on is this piece right here where I target, where the viewer casts a spell targeting me. Right? Mm-hmm. Which means I got to now succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d6 acid damage. Right? That kind of thing. So that can happen. And at this point, it just kind of goes in the middle because we don't have any kind of sense of targeting yet. So that's kind of what we have to figure out and work on now. All right. I don't like pudding. It's way too messy. Yeah, okay. That's been said before. Yeah. Also, I'm on the ketogenic diet, so I gotta have only sugar-free stuff. Okay. So which one of these is called? I think it's show card. That's what I think it is. So I think show card. Wait. No, because it won't go in a hand. I think we need a new command. I think that's what we need. Let's switch back over here for a second and look at that command when it's when it comes it down. I think that's well, there's at least a call into the car hand manager. All right, working my way in there. Okay, here we go. So, card command. Card DTO. Where's our command coming from is my question, I guess. Who's setting this? Send card command is there. Here. So we got this show card. I think it goes like this. So I think get creature ID returns min value. Yeah, down the bottom there. If it's not equal to that, then we're going to say play card, I think is the command. Do I have a play card down here? I got one, play cards. That's different. Play card now is maybe what I'm going to say. So if I've got a target ID on that, otherwise I'm going to do that. Let's set a breakpoint right here. Let's trigger it again. Go. Okay. So now we got to play it. Now we got to show. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Target is nothing. Recipient is nothing. That doesn't make sense to me. Got two fields in it. Rarity is common. Username, that's it for the fields in that. Hold on, let's go look at the data that got uploaded. Let's go look at this card. It's got a target field. It's of type long text. So if that's the case, when this card is and it asks for this right here. But the card does not have that data in its data fields. Why not? That's kind of weird. I just want to set a breakpoint here. I'm not expecting any different answer here. It's really weird. I definitely am missing data in what's being sent down from Streamloots, it seems. Let's go in here one more time here. Data, two fields, yeah, just those two fields. Username and rarity. So there's something wrong with the data being sent to me. trying to get a view of this whole thing here. Yeah. It is not sending that data down.
Okay. So is it that it was, I mean, have we confirmed it definitely has that data? You've seen it in place.
Well, it's the fact that it's asking this question right here, creature to target.
Good indication.
Yeah, that's good. If we go in and edit the card, there must be something wrong about the data we've sent here. Let me try editing this. Let's just click OK on that. Let me try. Oh, I think I know what is going on. If it's not specified in the alert message, it doesn't come down the field, I think.
There is a button just above it, Add Redemption Fields. Not sure entirely what that is, but...
Yeah, no, that's it. That's what I was trying to type in. So... So that's kind of really what we want the redemption message to be anyway. I think that's going to be it. I'm not going to save this. I'm actually going to try changing it. I'm going to try changing that in the card maker app.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to test the updating on that. Start it up. There it is. Okay. Cast acid splash spell on target. So we want to change the automatic generation so it does that. Now let's try the upload on that. All right, let's go back over here. Let's go in here, edit the card. We should see it now. Nope. Let me refresh and get to it. I bet it'll work. Well, I don't know. I say today's been a weird day.
I think there's a good chance. It sounds like a reasonable flow of data.
There it is right there. So the update is correct. So let's go in and test it. Now we'll do this. And now I think we'll see in the code. Let's run this. Where's this one? Is this the new one? 3 our fields are now here. And there it is, target Merkin right there. Okay, good. So now, wow. Okay, so now we should come in here and get to this play card now command. Okay, running that. Clearing this breakpoint. Okay. All right, good. Okay, so next, I want to go down a third rabbit hole here.
That's not like you.
Yeah, well, it's when I see a problem. I'm like, okay, in our card maker, we have code that automatically generates these. Let's see, where is it? It's somewhere in this space right here. We automatically generate all of these cards, right? And so now what I want to do is I want to say, I want to look for either new field, add player NPC recipient field. I want to get a new target is what I want to get to. Is that only that one? Target. Here it is, right here. So add cast spell card. So if it's got a targeting prompt, then we give it a target. Okay, and then based on whether it targets one or not. So it's here. So basically it's going to have one of two different types of field types. But in order for this target to come back, well, look at this. I am doing what I said I wanted. Targeting blank.
So you are.
Okay, so it looks like that may have been just old card data. Let's double check that. Let's come back into Card Maker here. Let's save everything. Let's just create a bunch of spells here and see if it's now got what we need there, what we're expecting here. So cast acid splash. There it is. It's there. Okay. So good.
Good stuff.
All right. Okay. I'm happier now. All right. Close that down. We're not going to save any of that. Okay. Next, we need to implement the play card now command that we just added. There it is right there. Play card now. We have to implement that.
Yep.
I think I need to close as a constant. Command play card now. Show card and show purchase. All right. Because I also need, there's other things I have to do. Let's see. We don't have let's see what we can do. We're going to need to start this up a couple times. I think I'm going to open folder in File Explorer. I want to create a Stream Deck button to allow me to run the Card Maker so I can very quickly pop that up. So there's my Stream Deck right there. Go to Admin, Data, Cards, and here's where I want the executable. So let's go in here. Grab open, pop it in over here. Copy the path, paste it in here. Card Maker. Okay, so now if I were to hit that, we're starting up. Yep, it started up. All right, cool. So now it's up. I forget why I wanted to bring everybody up here. There was a reason I came here. Oh, I know. I was talking about code over here. So if we come over here, so notice over here, here's what the code looks like now. So we were working on this, I think, last week, bringing this in here. So now I can specify on card received or on card played event code and put it in here. That's what I want to do. I haven't done it yet, but I want to do it. So that's kind of, there's this connecting kind of thing that goes on.
Well, that's why we were extracting the editor into a unique piece that we could then place in other locations such as this. Yes,
that is correct. The other thing that's occurring to me just now is on card received only really needs to be valid. You know, it doesn't make sense. There's nothing, this will never get called. No event code will be called if the card itself doesn't have a recipient. So this only has a target right here, but gift acid splash has a recipient field. So that one can have an on card received because it's got a recipient, but the other one cannot. And so I'm thinking, well, maybe I should hide this if it doesn't apply. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Okay, so at any rate, we're kind of like looking to hook up this code. So because we're hooking up this code, I kind of need to know which one of these commands is going to be executed. And since we're putting the logic in terms of what that command is inside the card DTO itself, like right here, which is maybe questionable. Maybe it makes more sense to put it outside, but I've got it here for now. I need to have some commands out here so I can check to see which of these are, I need some command constants so I can check to see which one of these they are. So then if it's play card now, I can go grab its executable data and execute it. In other words, let's write that code now, even though I don't have any executable code yet.
Sure.
That's going to be, let's see. It's not, is it card command is where it is? Just looking a little bit familiar here. Yeah, create role is here. And create role viewer die. Here's my execute. Okay. So if there is a command embedded in a comment after one of the fields, it'll execute that immediately when it's being redeemed. And so anything in there will just go off immediately. At some point here, we're looking for, hey, if card DTO dot target creature ID is not equal to int.min value. Then we're essentially looking at a play card now scenario. We could also have done this like something like this. So card DTO dot command equals card DTO did I not make those public? I did not. Okay. So I could also do something like this. These I think are both equivalent right here. So maybe I'll just do something like this. Is I'll do, hey, look, if a target has been specified and the command is play now, then we need to play the card now. Which means we need to go get its executable code based on hold on. Where's the card? Oh, .card. And this is going to blow your mind. Based on the sound URL.
The what now?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me show you. No, I know. You're going to go, what?
This explanation's going to be amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, at first you're like, okay, you jumped the shark mark. That's a term we use in the United States where you've gone just too far. It's based on an old series from the
Happy Days.
Yeah, Happy Days, exactly. So you know it.
Fonz, a pool, a shark.
Yeah, it's an episode where it was too crazy and lost a whole lot of viewers. Yeah. So this is kind of, but guess what? I'm going to bring you back. It's going to look like I'm jumping the shark, but I'll bring you back. This is going to be the card. The card. What am I calling it out here? Hold on a second. So, over here, far left, I got an ID.
Okay.
With a comment that says, this GUID will be stored in the sound URL field of the Streamloots card. Because guess what? I have no way to connect to hook these up. Except by a string property and on one that I wasn't going to use anyway, and sound URL is the one I wasn't going to use, right? Because Streamloots isn't going to give me custom data, and when I upload something, I need to do that. Yeah, pudding's like, okay, you didn't jump the shark, Mark, I think is what he's saying. So,
so we're going to hijack the sound URL property on this.
We are doing
for our own nefarious means.
Yes, they are nefarious means indeed. In fact, if we come in here and we go into edit this thing, I bet you, well, it's not here. Use custom sound. Maybe if I hit this, it's broken. It's not letting me.
It's going to have a hard time playing a GUID, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a GUID. So anyway, we're doing this, but we're storing it. And when we store it, it comes back down to us. And so what we're going to do is we're going to say, I've already got something called card ID. So I want to, maybe I'll call it card GUID.
I was going to say the card ID as defined so far is more of like an instance ID, if you like.
Yeah, maybe I'll change that. You're right. That's what I'll change.
ID. Yeah.
Let's change this. Let's say card ID is equal to ea.carddto.card.sound URL. Yeah, I know. But trust me.
Lines of code you never thought you'd write.
This is the only way to round
trip
Streamloots
to our will.
Our card DTO. By the way, they sent me an email over the weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They were like, hey, Mark, we're just wondering.
Please stop destroying our server.
What do you need from us? Tell us what you need. They were like, at first we can't help you. There's nothing. And then I don't know what happened. I don't know if they saw the stream or what, but they were like, they were, what, they sent me essentially a questionnaire of what am I looking for, that sort of thing. And so, anyway.
You sent them back your diagram involving a shark at a pool and a motorbike, right?
Yeah. Pudding says, hey, Murky, we officially hate you now. Thank you, love. Bye. Yeah, that's kind of what it was like. It was a little bit like that. You took you took down Streamloots, man. We know it was you. All right, so let's go find our other card ID and rename it to instance ID. I think. Now we have to be careful because this is also going to affect code down below.
Yeah.
Instance ID. Okay. That's happier for me, Rory.
We love rename tools. We really love rename tools.
Yeah, I know. Now we got to go find card ID down below. Let's drop a marker here because we're coming back here for sure. You killed our server and destroyed every single feature we put out for our customers on your show. Yeah, that might have happened too. All right, so there's card ID right there. We are now going to rename this, and a rename is it working for me here? Does not appear to be working. I'm hitting Control Dot. I don't like that rename missing down here in overlay.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all. Oh, look, can I do it here? Oh! Wow. That's kind of remarkable. I wonder if I should report that as an issue. Hey. Sorry, I was really focused on that. Although I just did the rename and it got me nowhere. Oh, no. You saw that. I did a rename. The Genescu 7. Oh, it's pudding. Genescu 7 likes to watch the dancing. It's hard to dance while I'm focused here.
Mark, the rename was failing, but was the code legit? Because there was a bracket on a strange location there.
Oh, really? Let's go find that.
Not here. There, line 16. Is that supposed to be there? Or is it? It might just be missing from line 15.
No, that's the constructor. That's all good.
The closed parentheses I meant on 16.
Oh, yeah.
That would normally be on the line above. So if there's two of them for some reason.
No, you're good.
No, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, let's see. Do I have any errors?
Might have happened.
Yeah, no errors. I'm a little worried now because I got card ID showing up down here. Let's go find card ID throughout the whole solution. Super worried. Let's find all. Do we got any? And if we don't, nice. Okay, so I was worried for no reason. It looks like
on the upside. TypeScript is a compilable language, so you run the compile. In theory, we find errors because we've just killed the definition.
And of course, I forgot that moments ago we actually added this saying we didn't need it. That's why.
Oh, that's true.
Right?
Yes, good point.
I just got to take all time and compress them together into a big time sandwich, and then I'll know, everything that I'll know everything. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so fine. Back over here. We're now ready to hit escape to collect that marker to get back down over here. And now we've got the card ID on this. This is the card ID. And now we need to get that data. The data is being held in all of our cards. And our cards, I'm trying to figure out where all of our cards are. What's going on in card data? All known cards. I need something like this. All right, so maybe I'll copy that. So really in main window, I was. Yeah, I gotta load the cards up at some point. I'll create a class for it. All known cards, load data. And somewhere in here, we need to create a method called load. And then we're going to do that. Let's declare this. Got some perf issues. This is that giant file, main window XAML.cs.
Yeah.
Oh no, hold on a second. No, that didn't work at all like I was expecting, but it did have the class. Hold on. Let's try that one more time. Oh wait, hold on, we're getting card. Card. You don't have card? Now let's report the perf issue while we're here. Kids, perf issue here. Add reference to card maker. Am I creating a new, am I going to put this in an existing solution? Property changes. Does Streamloots reference already the Google Sheets? It does not. No Google Sheets reference here. So the question is, do I move card down? So card is representing the data that's in the spreadsheet. Yeah. It's on the cards page. So it's all of these fields are in that. And what's really important among these fields is, where is it? Here. It's these two fields right here. Card received, card played.
These are the code that we're planning on running on those two events.
Yes. Those are the reasons why we need this. I could ignore all of this. So there's some additional weight here, right? And that these layer mod strings, the placeholder, all of this stuff is needed to display and build the card. But if I'm going to execute it, I really only need these two.
Yeah.
So what I'm kind of thinking about doing, and I need the ID. I need the ID and this piece of data if I want to execute code. So what I'm thinking about doing is just creating
Get a smaller model, a subset of the data of the columns.
Yeah.
For pulling just that data down.
That's kind of what I'm thinking about doing. And we'll take name too. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to just copy that. And instead of taking card and bringing it up, I'm going to create the class up here. We're going to call this card event data. Maybe like that. It's going to have those. Yep. I need a... I need this up at the top to bind it to that Google Sheet. And now that I have that, on property changed. Shoot. Where's deck data? I'm going to grab that and bring it back over here. On property changed. Actually, I don't need on property changed because this is a read-only situation on these. I'm not going to change this data at all. Yeah. What's going on here? I'm creating a new GUID or parsing into the ID, which is a GUID. We're just going to match strings here, so I don't care about this at all. So what I'm going to do instead of this, I'm just going to type in AS for auto-implemented property of type string, and I'm going to give it name. And right here, I'm going to type in AS again and call this the ID.
That's right, because this is a model that we're going to use purely for reading. We don't need to use it for the creation. The presumption here is that we'll only use it for pulling data out of Google Sheets, and it will already have all of this data in place by the time that happens.
Yeah, and so now the next field I need is card received. And then I need card played. That's the code associated with it. So there's my card event data. Boom. Let's move this to its own file. Oh, I'm in the middle of reporting the perf issue.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. I don't want to interrupt the flow.
Yeah. It's like, let me do this. I'm just going to hit the button again to pop it in so we get it there. Kids, I've been seeing some perf issues whenever I bring up the menu after I make some changes to code here in main window.xaml.cs. It's that big XAML file with the code behind. It's like 10,000 lines of code. And so we're still seeing perf issues here. I'd love to be able to see no perf issues here. Remember, I got a fast machine. And I want to see these things pop up fast, pop up quickly. So hopefully the logs will get us something in there. Now even look at this, that spitting out took a while right there. Performance issue, big file, takes a long time to bring up the CodeRush menu. Okay, let's get that one out there. That'll send our logs out. Send an email out to everybody. All right. Receive card event data. Okay. There. Let's move this to its own file. Okay. There it is right there. This is going to be of type. Not that type. What did I call it? Card event data. there it is right there. Let's try one more time to do the declaration. I've got this as a binding list because I needed it there for the UI, but I don't really need this as a binding list. I think we could change this pretty effectively to just a list. And should all still work. In fact, I think I don't even need to typecast it because I don't need to do a new on that. That was only for the yeah, I just need to straight out get the Google Sheets call because that'll create the new for me. Okay, so there's my call to load, all known cards. Then what I want to do in my this field, I want to add backing field right here. And I don't need a setter on it. Okay.
Looks good.
You got to call this all cards or something like that. Cards. So all known cards dot cards will give me that list back if I want to access that. We can add maybe an invalidate in case we ever need to reload them. Set all known cards equal to null. Make that public. Noticing that Dropbox is up and running. Let's close that down. Okay, so now all known cards, let's take that out, move it to its own file. We need a get in here, a method to return card event data based on a specific ID.
Yep.
That, and then we're going to say return cards. Whoops. Return cards dot. Oh, by the way, I'm watching a show with the kids on off of Amazon Prime called The Escapists, and the whole family loves this show. It's kind of scripted, kind of science-based scripted show.
Oh, I know the one you're talking about.
You do?
I do.
Yeah.
I've watched the first of those, I think.
Yeah, we love it.
This is Richard Hammond.
Yes.
And I forget the second guy's name.
Yeah, nobody knows his name because he doesn't self-promote like Richard Hammond does. Richard Hammond's like, look at my books. Look at but there's my ID right there. So ID is equal to card ID. And we want to return that. I think that will work.
Good.
There's my get. Okay. And then I'm going to come in. Now that I've done all that, there's a lot. Let's jump back. Jump back. Here. I want to see if I can get it.
That feels like it should work.
Yeah, this perfish is starting to annoy me. All right, so card event data. Like that. And if not null, then we're going to we got to execute some data. So then it's going to be this dot card played received. I don't think received will ever be triggered in this scenario. It's only this one right here. We got to play the card. And so,
so we've retrieved the code at this stage. We know what we need to execute.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a breakpoint here. Execute this code. It's kind of, well, I kind of know what the code is. It's kind of like this. It's expressions dot do, and there's the expression. But it's got some parameters. The player, which is going to be null, because it's the viewer in this case. The target, which is, I want to do, I need a get target from target ID. Do I already have something in
Well,
here?
the DTO target character ID is the actual ID, but does that translate to enough? I suppose you have to get it from that, don't you?
I need a, well, I need to create a target is what I need to do. I wonder if
of course you need the object, not the ID.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wonder if I've got what do I got inside of here? Interesting. I need to pass it player roles, target tap tape, target creature. So attack target type.
So
rabbit holes are appearing all around me.
Yeah, I can see a few of them. When somebody plays one of these cards, they can target an actual character, but can't they target like enemies and stuff as well?
Yeah.
Did you say? So now I'm looking at target here, which wants to know the target type ahead of that. So we got to deduce not just the target, but the type of the target from this incoming ID, so that we can make an object to represent that encapsulation.
Yeah. So is the attack target type? So that's kind of weirdly named. Spell or weapon are the options here for this. Is it a weapon or is it a spell? Well, I'm going to just say it's a spell.
Higher chance it's a spell.
Well, it's a spell no matter what.
A card that plays axe, yes, doesn't quite work.
I'm going there, though. I'm actually playing with the idea of going there. But for now, we'll do this. So I think for now, I'm going to say, look, I need another to-do here that says figure out how to store the attack target type in the card itself. This is the cool thing about putting that sound URL, using the sound URL to grab the ID. Because now that I've done that, I can now reconnect data that I wasn't able to upload into Streamlabs.
Yes.
That's kind of what's going on there. Okay, so my target creature, I need to figure out the target creature. I feel like there's code somewhere that determines this from the recipient ID.
I think you're right.
I think it's in here.
Yeah.
Add card.
We started off with like a sort of convention. I think that negative numbers were going to be NPC style things and positive numbers were characters. But I think we wrapped that in some code eventually.
Yeah, look at this. I've got this try get value for the creature ID. Oh, and the existing, I'm trying to see if the hands already has it.
Dictionary.
I see. Yeah. Okay. We're just doing the creature ID, character ID here. Come on. I'm tabbing Linux reference here, looking for code that figures out which one it is and gives me an actual creature from it. Didn't find it. I cycled all the way around, I think.
Why don't you go through references to target? Because if somebody else is going to make a target on the basis of similar data.
No, because that's old code, and this is the first time I'm actually getting a single integer to represent everybody. So positive numbers are players, negative numbers are the NPCs. With a special 100 that's the DM, what I need to do is I need to create a target creature is what I need to do. So I guess we'll add the code here. Creature, target creature, like that. And then we're going to say if Where is it? Target character ID is here. Having some power issues. I'm noticing power shutting off and then coming back on. You still there, Rory?
Yeah, I'm still
good.
here.
So we still got internet.
We're good so far.
Yeah, it's like a couple times. It's like we've lost it. It's come back. Okay, wait. I just want to make sure. Okay, so at this point, I want to say, I think I want to introduce a local for this.
It's interesting you mentioned power issues. We don't generally have power issues like brownouts or anything like that. Fairly good infrastructure, I guess. But the other day, we did have a noticeable dimming of the lights as if power had been interrupted. And the television went off, just like you'd expect. But the computers, they kept going. Apparently it had been so short an interruption that the computers didn't notice. And I've never had that before. I've got no battery backup or anything remotely similar. It was just very weird. Normally that would just be everything's lost. If you didn't save it, it's gone.
Yeah.
But no, we got lucky.
That's awesome. Get from ID. Yeah, I love it that the computers were just there for a second. All right, so I'm going to say it's going to go like this. And so this is going to be my target creature. Let's put this down here. All right, so if it's greater than that, then I'm going to say target creature is equal to the player get from ID, like that.
Yep.
Okay. Otherwise, I'm going to say target creature is equal to, and then we've got the, what is it? It's in the, I think we put this in the thing called player stat manager, which is a property here called, do we have a get? No, it's not this. It's in-game creature manager. In-game creature. Do I have the manager? I got all in-game creatures.
You've got all in-game creatures. There we go.
Get. All in get from ID, I bet I got. Get by index, which I'm pretty sure is the same as the as this. And let's try that, making it negative if I'm recalling correctly. And get by index. What does it return? An in-game creature. An in-game creature, I think it's got a property in it called creature. Does it? Yeah, it does. Okay, right there. So that gets it if this is really there. I kind of want to set a breakpoint here and a breakpoint there to verify that. Let's see what other pieces we want to pass in here. Oops, not there. After that, we've got the casted spell.
Right.
I think I got to create a casted spell if we want to really make this work. So we're going to assume this is new casted spell is looking for a spell. That means we need to do this. If spell name is equal to ea.card.dto.card.name, card name. And then we're expecting this to start with the word cast. So if spell name dot starts with cast space like that. I feel like I need like a button or something for you to be able to hit whenever I make you worried. Like whenever my code makes you worried. Like that.
I've got to say.
I got a hard-coded string in the code. Anybody concerned yet? Anybody nervous? I just want a little, a thermometer on the side Your level, you can
That's
just,
yeah.
you can anonymously hit the button. Nobody will know it's you, but it'll be labeled Rory's concern for Mark's code. Yeah, we'll let everybody
Just a chat room command. And
let the
everyone
whole
can just,
chat room go in there, just like that. How concerned are we? So yeah,
Well, there's a faith thermometer.
faith
How
thermometer.
much do we believe in this at the moment?
I believe in Mark's code. All right, so we've got the cast right there. Yeah, we're going to. So that's what it's coming from. I know. If it starts with cast, then I'm going to kill the spell name out of here. Let's do this. Let's create a quick constant for this. Call it cast prefix, like this. So at least avoid some of this. So it starts with the cast prefix. Then we're going to say spell name is equal to spell name dot substring starting at cast prefix dot length. Okay. That gets us, and we know we're now casting a spell. Also, I think I want to put all of that together. Since we know we're now casting a spell, I want to create a new variable of type casted spell. Call it casted spell, like that. And then we're going to set it to null here. And then we're going to, but that was, by the way, the first time I typed in null in about a year. Here we're going to say that's equal to a new casted spell. And what does it need? An actual spell. So we got to go, what we need to do next is we need to go into all known spells. All spells. There it is right there.
There we go.
Do a get. And we're going to get the spell name.
Yep. See how these awesome pieces of architecture come back and help really well when you need them?
The faith goes up. The fear goes down. Okay, so we're going to do a get right there on that. We're going to wait a second for these perf issues that are going to... Somebody's going to get a talking to on this. There's my spell right there. Creating the new casted spell. Based on that, what else do you need? The character. Who's the spellcaster? It's the viewer.
It is. Now, why do we normally pass the spellcaster in? Is there a chance for it to fail and then like bad things happen to the caster? Because
no,
if that's the case,
but we
null
do,
is going to be a hard thing to do stuff to at that
we
point.
do pass it in. Ooh, yeah, it needs the active target.
Oh.
Let's see what
Are
else.
we going to have to create a viewer caster at that point?
I want to see what else is going on with this. Return spell is spellcaster to spellcaster. Nah, that one can survive a null. That one cannot. Show player casting. That's not going to survive a null. Trigger preparation complete. We're going to need to have null checks there. Add a null check there. Yeah, I'm going to throw in null checks on all these places. That's what I'm going to do.
There's a potential alternative. What type is spellcaster?
I think it's just character.
Is it just... Because we could have a specialized instance called viewer and just, don't do anything for the methods.
I was thinking about that too. And since you've suggested it, and since I was thinking about it, let's consider it.
Because it's interesting to think about the viewer or a viewer as an entity in this world, especially since we're going to allow them to have an effect.
Yeah. Yep. I'm with you. All right, so let's do that. Let's create a viewer spellcaster character. And I think I kind of want to do this somewhere in an initialized game. Create viewer spellcaster.
Now, before we go too far down this, is there any risk in... a few moments ago we were... I forget the specific method names, but we were sort of get me the player based on the ID. And, that's assuming it's greater than 0. And then if it's less than 0, we'll assume it's an NPC creature of sorts. Hey, Copper Biddy!
Look at it grow, kids. Get my eye lines right on that. It looks like it's real, doesn't it? It looks like it's right here. I can just reach out and touch it.
Copper Beardy is in the house.
I don't know how many years we've been
Welcome,
doing this
Copper
with
Beardy.
Copper Beardy, but I feel like we've gone through 2 years since we started that fanfare.
Yeah.
And Copper Beardy's
Yeah,
with
that's
us
entirely
for
possible.
that long.
What I was
Good.
asking was if we are potentially all known things that can cast stuff up until this point have been either players or non-player characters. So they've all been in that range of having an ID that's greater than 0 if a player or less than if not.
Yep.
Is there any code that's going to need to go or is going to try and search for the viewer caster and is not going to find it because we don't have an ID?
No, but I do.
Or something like that.
No, but I think it's possible if we ever call cast on the casted spell, it'll trigger events, and then try to execute code with like, for example, create the spell effect and put it in a particular location.
Right.
I think that might happen. That's kind of what I'm feeling. I think I'm actually almost considering backing out of this because I feel like the others it's cleaner to set them all to null, but it's more creative and challenging to do it this way. So I'm going to go ahead and do it this way. We're going to go here for now. Declare this method, create the viewer spellcaster. So we're going to say viewer spellcaster is equal to, we have a character factory. What do we have that's got the word factory in it? Player factory. That looks promising. Dot. Didn't want build players. What's going on in build players? I don't even. Now I gotta go see what this is.
Oh, this was like for testing purposes. So you had some hard-coded characters that you could push into tests.
Yeah, that doesn't look like what I want. I feel like there's another factory in here. Oh, it's something builder is what I'm thinking it's called. Character builder? No. There's a weapon builder, item builder. It's down in D&D Core, as I recall. No factory. No builder. Oh, it's in the tester. It's in the testing is where I think it is. Let's go in there and go find it. There it is, character builder and D&D tests. New character. What I'm looking for is a spellcaster. Build test wizard. Let's do that. Let's go find, let's go to D&D tests. Should I really rely on D&D? No, I shouldn't do that. That's wrong.
That seems like a bad idea.
That's bad and wrong. So I got to put this somewhere else. So I'm now looking at taking character builder and moving it out. Or just copying this code. Don't look, Roy. Look away from the screen for a second. Let's do this. I know you don't like it. Like that. Create viewer. Okay. Spellcaster. And then we're going to call this viewer spellcaster. And human, wizard, level. So you're at level 7.
That's an interesting question, isn't it?
Well, it affects some
The
spells.
spellcasting ability of the viewer
Yeah.
is a good question.
Yeah, I'm throwing it at 7 right there. We don't need that. Remaining hit dice.
I like the idea of chaotic neutral.
Base armor class.
Hold on.
Like 12. Sorry.
I'm wondering though if it won't turn into chaotic, absolutely vindictive at some point.
No, I'm sure it will. I'm actually looking forward to seeing how crazy it goes. Fine hit points. We're gonna make those 50. Temp hit points 0. Max hit points 50. Proficiency bonus. Yes, yes. Equip. Fine. You've got a blowgun, needle pack. You don't need that stuff. You're getting a short sword. That's all you're getting. That's it right there. Coverbeard is asking if you got much snow by you, Rory.
None. Absolutely none. I live by the coast. The level of salt in the air almost makes it impossible.
Let me just open the window over here. Look at the light on my face. There's no snow outside. That's nice lighting on me, though. That looks like I'm a pro.
Good.
That's pro level lighting right there, kids. Okay.
It's almost as if you held a fireball in your hand.
Yeah. Okay. So now I got my speaking of which, I got the lights here and here. They're both ready to go. I just have to dedicate a show to finishing that up. All right. So there's our viewer spellcaster. Let's get back. Go back. Where are you? Card redeemed. We're down in here. Okay. So that's our spellcaster. We got it. Now we've got a casted spell. Oh, we need to check here if we find it. So if that's not null, then we finally get here. Now with that, there's one more thing we might consider doing here. And there was a second property I noticed that was used off of casted spell. It was, no, sorry, it wasn't there. It was in viewer spellcaster. Viewer spellcaster, which is a character. There was something called active target. There it is right there. And it's a target. Just in case, I'm going to set it to the same, or maybe not. No, I won't. I'm going to not set it because that's going to be bad because we're going to, I don't think I'm going to do it because the target's already coming in. So we're saying no. All right, so there's the casted spell. Do we need dice? We don't need any dice. And no custom data either, I think. But I have a feeling later I may need to do something here. So I'm going to come down here.
Okay.
I'm going to declare this as an object, set it equal to null. Like that. Roy's got relatives in Yorkshire. Okay, proof that Rory is not Vision. So, okay, so now we got a do call on that, and we're executing some code. Okay. We're going to extract that. Call this execute card. Maybe not execute. Trigger card played event. Something like that.
Yeah.
And I think we're good. Kind of. This I actually want to be after this block here because there's a chance I might have stuck some sort of immediate execution on redeemed code after the bang symbol right there. So I'm going to tell everybody, what's going on first, and then I'm going to go in and trigger that event later. So that's what we're going to do. Let's set a breakpoint, I guess, there. Any other places in here? Anything interesting? I think that might be it. Let's execute this. Let's run this. And what else do I need to do? I need to add some code to execute, to test it.
Well, that's a fair point. Didn't we have some test code, some execute code in for one of the cards already? I thought I saw something in the Google sheet.
Yeah, I did. I had something.
I mean, it was pure tell DM stuff, I think.
Yeah, let's throw that in there. So there's like a tell all call right here. So we'll say tell all on card played. Wouldn't that be cool if we saw that? So I'm going to save this. Good. All I have to do is save this. I don't have to upload this anymore because this is just saving. I was going to say locally, but to Google Sheets. So now the Google Sheets spreadsheet has got that data. You can verify that by coming out. There it is right there. So we added that right there. Let's see. This app is up, but we may need to restart. Nope, looks like we've got to signal our connection. Okay, good. Got our breakpoints.
So everyone stare at the chat. Mind you, no, breakpoints will prevent initially. But
right, I've got a breakpoint. Well, we're going to go in there. We're going to see. We're really looking to see, and we still need to actually throw the card at me, is what we need to do. But where is the code that gets the? Where's the code we wrote? Is it inside here? That gets the target creature. It's here. This is what we're looking here too. We want to see what's going on there. Okay, so now I'm going to go trigger it from here. Okay, so we're going to target Merkin. We're trying to cast Acid Splash on Merkin. Okay. Let's see what's going on. There's the sound URL. Here's the moment of truth. No!
Oh!
No!
No fair.
Hold on. Why not? Let's go into the spreadsheet. It's right there. I got an exact match on it. Did we fail all known cards?
Something that was pretty basic code. I mean, that should. Okay.
What's going on with cards? No cards. Oh, I think I know why. Let's break it. Let's stop. We need to register this right here.
Oh.
That string. We need to register it. We could do it, I suppose, inside a static constructor here. Go down into Google Sheets .register spreadsheet ID, and we got to pass in the sheet name and the sheet ID. The sheet ID is this part right here, I believe.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Your worry is going up? Is the faith dropping?
No, I am agreeing entirely with this.
Yeah, I know, but look at all, look at that string and that string and this string and
well,
So let's run it again.
Names are expected to contain weird characters because humans are weird and like doing that. I think we'll be safe there.
I think we'll be safe. Let's set a breakpoint here. Because the line of code that would first reference this is the same one that goes and calls and asks to see it. What I'm super interested to see is, whoa, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. What I'm super interested to see is, where's my get call here? Does this trigger the reference before this is called? It should. In other words, do you understand what I'm saying? The fact that this line of code contains this means that its static constructor should run. I
think the static constructor has to run before any other static is allowed to be evaluated.
Yeah. Also, this get returns it too. So yeah, it should definitely run before any code in there. So I'm totally expecting that to work. Let's see. What's my test? I think it's just simply going out and triggering it again. Okay. All known cards to get. We're about to see if it works. No!
Oh, no fair.
Yeah, that wasn't happy for me. Cards are still null. Why are cards null? Load data, card event data. I'm not sure what's going on with this. Let's set this to null. Can I do that? Okay.
Interestingly, all known cards, if load hasn't run, it should be null, not a list of 0 items.
Right. So
I thought I saw a list of 0 items.
No, it's running. It's just the problem is it's not. It's something's wrong here. It's probably around in this space here. Oh, I just realized we didn't get our. Did we get our breakpoint? Get cells. There you go. Spreadsheet IDs.
Doc name.
It did not
Doesn't like
get.
doc name.
It did not get executed. It's doc name is D&D deck data. So what that means, stunningly, is that this didn't get called yet on that line of code.
Right.
Like, are you kidding me? Now we need to go talk to Mads on the Visual Studio team. Like, are you kidding me? How could you? That is not the decision to make.
Let's see our calling line again. The one that we are expecting to kick off both this and the other piece. That's
Here.
the one.
This is it.
So, a reference to all known cards, which is of that type. And a call of a static method. How? No, that's not allowed. You should not be allowed to call a static member on something that has a static constructor.
Yeah, I'm stunned.
Without the static constructor running.
I'm stunned, but it appears to be true. So what we're going to do instead, hey, Cody Gorilla's here. It's because it's all static. Cody Gorilla, don't act like this makes sense. Come on. Come on, Cody Gorilla. Come here. Come here, man. Stop that. Stop throwing your code at me, Cody Gorilla. All right, so we need something else. We need some sort of static method to register this sheet. Or alternatively, I can go find somewhere I'm sure I've got to register spreadsheets. Register just on spreadsheet IDs there, and I can just throw it on here.
So Coding Gorilla is saying effectively that you can't expect that a static constructor will run unless you are actually newing up the first instance of that class. It's the other static methods won't cause this, despite the commonality in name.
Okay.
So if we were to make a new item the very first time, it would call the static constructor first.
I guess I can be okay with that, but my sense is, look, we're on a line of code that's dealing with that class, right? We're returning a value of that type. We're about to new it up, but anyway, all right. So I'm just gonna be quiet. I'll be quietly dissatisfied and verklempt, but no one will know. All right, one more time. Now we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. Now there's our data. We got 35 cards coming in, much better. And now hopefully we got that. There it is right there. We got the data, kids.
Yeah.
So we found the data and we got tell all on card plate. See it? Isn't that exciting?
There we go.
Now we're gonna trigger it. Okay, now we're gonna check out, see what the deal is with the target ID. That's character ID 2. That should be me. Right, so that should be the character of Merkin. Where's my name?
There it is,
right there.
Merkin's Bushwhacker.
Yeah, and Cody Gorilla's got something big.
Oh, there we go.
A static constructor is called automatically to initialize the class.
Or before the first instance is created, or any static members are referenced. But we were referencing a static member. Weren't we?
No, we were not. We weren't
Is
referencing.
Get not a static member?
No, no, it's not a static member of that class. It's a static member of something else. I'm not myself is here. Hey, I'm not myself. Welcome. The data has entered the building. All right, so we've got a target creature. We've got a spell name. It starts with this prefix. We're stripping it. We're checking to see if we got the spell. We do. We're creating a new casted spell using the viewer spellcaster that we created. There's our casted spell. We're calling custom data on it. Holy cow, run it. And are we going to see something come in? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What happened?
Oh, no.
What is this? Target. Player IDs. In the target is null. All right, let's fix this. Because this is kind of a... Okay, yeah, I know. Look, I'm typing. If player IDs is null, then we're going to say player...
Surly Dev
Wow.
is in the house.
Wow, I'm Surly Dev coming in? What do you want?
Pretty much.
Okay. Hey, Surly Dev.
I've not seen Surly come in a while.
Yeah, welcome.
Maybe I just missed that bit.
He's like in charge.
Welcome, everybody.
You can tell
We've got
Surly...
a whole bunch of new entries.
If you're not yourself, who are you? Yeah, so Surly, by the way, is like, you can tell his ascent into power. His ascent into becoming a deity. And you know how you can tell? Because
How's that?
his spread, his influence, his touch, we're seeing it kind of lift up, and it's not he's just sprinkling out a little bit, meaning he's working on something
subtle.
Working on something big.
Yeah.
He's working on something big, and you do not want to be any part of that. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing over here with creatures as well. And already I'm thinking, it's smelling like it should be an automatic kind of thing. Yeah, I'm going to do this same thing here. Okay. Nope. What's creature? Wait, why isn't this working? Oh. Okay, cool. Creatures already does this. Sweet. All right. So we don't need to do it for creatures. I ask myself that every day, Surly Dev. Talking head style. Nice. This is not my beautiful wife. This is not my beautiful house. How did I get here? That's not good. Back it up to here. Run it now. Object preference. Player.game. Player is null. So something's wrong with player.
We passed it in null deliberately, I think.
I'm the trash.
Hey, it's Oscar the Grouch. Hey, Oscar. Oh my God. Grobosaurus is in here. Okay. We got no game here. No game.
Well, we've got no player from which to deduce the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So tell all needs a player.
That is very strange that we would not pass game in rather than, player and deduce game from it.
Sure. I guess it, but the thing is this evaluate is overridden in about 30 to 40 functions. So adding a new parameter to it is rolling my eyes on that thing. Hold on a second. I'm going to get out of here. We kind of know we're in good shape. I want to get back out to somewhere in this space here, right here. So player, next time I want to pass in the viewer spellcaster is what I want to do. And when I create that guy, I want to set its game property to our game so we can get that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's not bad. Game is equal to, and I think it's lowercase game that we have here locally. Yeah, that's.
Aren't we
that.
lucky we decided to have a viewer spellcaster rather than just null escaping all of the places?
Yeah, now I got to change the
What a
order
nice
of this.
convenient place to do that.
Yeah, I got to make sure that this is game right there. Yeah, you're right, Rory. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, I just got to make sure we construct game before we call that, because before we were calling it before. Okay, so running that. Yeah, let's go ahead and stop. Let's stop and restart it. Got some artwork going on here.
Kind of fancy.
This is like Surly, like instead of making pull requests on, our bot, he's like, I'm just gonna, spam your chat room to do my art. I'll do whatever I want.
Surly art.
It's performance art by Surly Dev and Lurky Dev and Code by Mistakes, and Undefined Process, and Grover Source, all working together. Now,
You gotta love the commitment to this.
here's your challenge, Surly Dev. I actually want something that looks like a happy face, or at least give me 2 eyes there and there. Let's work on that. I want to see some actual recognizable artwork. That's what I want to do. I need to do
picture
pure.
a point in the future where Surly draws on a tablet and the instructions are calculated and sent to the fleet.
Isn't that awesome? Yeah, it's hard because right now you don't have a way to say fly to a particular location. But you could add that, and that wouldn't be hard to do and to implement. And so we could fly to that location and then hit him and then go. He could totally do cool formations, right? If we just gave that ability to do that, fly to this location. Okay. I like that idea.
So now we've got a game on a spellcaster. We make sure that we're doing it in the right order so that it'll be there when the assignment is made. So we run again, we test.
Yeah, I know, Rory, you're so helpful. This is me. I'm an old man. This is you, old man. Here's what we were doing. All right, so here we go. One more time. Run inside there. Run again. And on card played. We finally got it in the chat room. I want to fly to location things so I could get the bots to do a Harlem Globetrotter style passing of a globe. Okay, let's do it. I love it. Mirror on. Nice, Surly. I love it. Okay, so that one worked. Let's now try. So at least it worked in that we got the code to execute.
The code is executed. It's being drawn from the Google Sheets, calculated as usual, and executed.
Now, the only thing is I can't change this live while the game is going because I don't have any reload. I'd have to put a reload button out on this UI here, I suppose, to get it. But, and maybe I'll do that and add that. But I certainly can go in and, trigger one more time. And let's go just do that play it out there. We should be able to see it pop in much sooner without the breakpoints. On card plate. Yeah.
There we go.
Take a number to cast the Acid Splash spell on Merkin. Good. Okay, next, let's figure it out if it works for NPCs as well. So let's get some NPCs out here. And now let's try it on Apollo. Play the card. That looks like that worked.
That seemed to work. Yeah.
It looks like I lost my breakpoint, but I'm pretty sure we hit here and got something. Let's try that one more time. Apollo, go. Do we get it? Yes, we get it. It's a monster, but I'm pretty sure it's Apollo. Yeah, there it is right there. That's Apollo.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Nice.
All right. Cool. So, by the way, this is what I was trying to do today. Today was chasing rabbit holes. But I want to do this ultimately. So what happens? The problem is, what happens when I do something different that doesn't, like I forget, I don't spell it correctly.
Yeah.
Right now,
Apparently you do it anyway.
I don't want that to happen. What I want to have happen instead is I want a UI to pop up for any issues. And this is a field this is an entry in a list box. So what I want is a list, essentially a queue, showing up on its own page in this app right here. So its own page here, like cards or whatever. And this is the we're going to disambiguate any targets that aren't spelled correctly or we don't know what they are, because there's money involved, right? These cards are going to be paid for, and so if somebody redeems it, they better get what they paid for. So even if they if they enter the information incorrectly, so what's going to happen is this will pop up, and I think we might automatically just come out and throw this out back in the chat room. It says username, your target was not understood. You can tell me in chat the name of who you were trying to target. And then if username comes back with something we can recognize, we just automatically resolve it and we're good. But we might also, type in something here, right? Where I might come in and say, I'm sorry, what? Oh, you wanted, like if somebody just says lady and I've got Lady Taranya, what is she, 18 as I recall? Nope. We'll add a bunch of folks here and see where there she is right there. I've got Lady Taranya at 11 and Lady McLovenuts right over here, who's a player, and so they both start with lady. So if you typed in just lady, I might say, which lady do you want, for example?
Create a poll on the spot for the person to sort of number and indicate what they prefer. Yeah,
so and I might have some sort of response thing that's also, if it's just lady, say, hey, it's ambiguous, not sure who, especially if they're both on screen at once. So, and then I also want to be able to just hit this button. If I hit Fred, boom, it just goes to Fred. And if I check this checkbox, it'll always, whatever they typed in, say they typed in FRD, it'll always go to Fred, something like that. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what I wanted to do today, but we did rabbit holes instead. This is maybe for tomorrow.
Sure.
And with that, I don't know, I think it's a show, Roy. What are you thinking?
That could work. Could work. I mean, we've got to have pretty good success there. We're now able to allow people to play cards against correctly named NPCs and players. And the effect will trigger the set of code that's been assigned to that spell. And that's a win. It is a win.
It is a win. What I can do is one last kind of proof of the win is let's in the reload everything. Let's go trigger reload of the data out there. So let's go find reload everything. Right. And then I'll make a change and I'm going to do a spell effect and try to show a spell effect when the card plays. So that's what we're going to try to do.
Okay.
Are you still available for time or are you going to go, Roy?
I got about 5 minutes.
Okay.
That's probably enough for you to achieve this, I think.
I think it's probably enough. All right. So now I'm going to hit reload everything. And then I'm going to say, what is it? All cards? Is that what I called this thing? All known cards dot invalidate. Here's my invalidate. What'd you say, Rory?
I was agreeing. All known cards.
Invalidate. And now, well, I'm just going to run it for now. We need to actually put some more data here. This will be test the invalidation, I suppose. Test invalidation. Like that. Let's go and we'll reload it. But actually, I want to get some code from here. Who's got some acid thing effect? Little cutie might actually. Nope, she doesn't have it. She's got stinking cloud. Stinking cloud, we could grab that. So let me copy that to the clipboard. And let's come back over here. Do we have the card editor? We do. Let's do this. Pop it in there. Okay.
Yeah, quick question. What is float player text going to do in this context?
It's going to take the name of the spell and put it up above the player who's selected. Oops. Oopsie doodle. So I'm not sure about that. We can maybe get a viewer positioning thing for the center wherever the card was played and say that's the player and make that work.
That's a nice idea.
Same thing with all these. So the card comes up and then the effects go right in front of the card. That I think might make sense. Okay. So there's cast acid splash. I'm just thinking, I really don't, even though I'm going to try this, I really don't need this. These may not work because I kind of need more of an immediate
the idea
effect.
is to prove that the reload works, isn't it?
I'm not actually
anything that produces an effect that you can change and then cause a reload.
Right. These are just what these do is these add to the spell about to be cast. Is what they do.
Right.
I don't know if I have anything that actually immediately throws an effect out. I don't think I do have any commands that do it. Trigger effect triggers the specified visual effect. The name of the effect. Okay. Let's try fireworks. Oh, this could work. The hue of the effect. Let's make it blue. Let's just throw it at that. Trigger effect fireworks. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to save here. So Control S to save. That throws it out into here. There it is right there. Now I'm going to come back over here, choose reload everything. And then I'm going to come back out to here after the reload's complete. Is the reload complete? I can't tell if it did it or not. I feel like I was expecting something. Did I hit this for sure? Let's double check it. Hit it. And okay. Now let's fire it off. And the fireworks
that
play.
Worked.
Okay. Blue fireworks. All right. Okay.
Nice.
Getting closer. Well, this is another rabbit hole we're gonna have to go down in here. Fred of the Cat's out there.
Now what you're
Good.
doing is you're building effectively a one-button stream deck that people can interact with based on the cards they've purchased.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
It's very similar to how you assign. Now you assign the commands to a card, whereas before you assign them to buttons on the stream deck. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's get out of here. And we will, let's get a raid going. See who's out there. Roy, thanks so much for being with us today. Appreciate it, as always.
My absolute pleasure, my friend. No problem at all.
Always saving the day. Making me seem like I'm amazing. Developer's Garage. All right, not many people streaming right now. We can send you out over there. Thanks so much, everybody. Thanks, Surly. Fred of the Cat. Coding Gorilla. Undefined Process. The Unoriginal Jerk. Oh, no, wait. Those are Surly's folks right there. Sorry about that. I was like, wait, who's that guy? And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Tomorrow.